How did someone try to scam a hotel and end up paying triple? I work the front desk at this fancy beach resort in Florida, and last year we got this huge booking that seemed too good to be true. This couple, Ashley and Brandon, called saying they needed to book 20 rooms for their wedding weekend. They were throwing around money like it was nothing, asking for all the premium suites and demanding early check-in for their whole party. When they showed up Friday afternoon, they came rolling in with this entire crew of people acting like they owned the place. Ashley was wearing this massive fake diamond ring and kept calling everyone darling, while Brandon strutted around in designer clothes talking about how this was going to be the wedding of the century. They insisted on getting the wedding package, which included free champagne, late checkout, and complimentary decorations. Our wedding coordinator, Amy, started getting suspicious when they couldn't provide basic information. No florist contact, no catering invoice, no wedding planner details. Every time she asked, Ashley would wave her hand and say, "Oh honey, we're handling everything privately. We want it to be a surprise." But they were definitely using all the wedding perks, having our staff set up tables and bringing in random decorations. Saturday morning, Amy watched them stage this weird fake ceremony in our courtyard. They had random hotel guests acting as witnesses, taking pictures with people they'd never met before. Brandon was directing everything like a movie, telling people where to stand and what to do. The whole thing lasted maybe 10 minutes and felt completely staged. That afternoon, things got really strange. They started sneaking coolers of outside food into our ballroom through the service entrance. Our security cameras caught them setting up a reception with pizza boxes and grocery store cake. When Amy confronted them, Ashley started crying, saying their caterer had an emergency and they didn't want to disappoint their guests. Amy decided to do some investigating and looked up Ashley's social media. 0 wedding posts, no engagement announcements, nothing. But she found tons of posts about getting free stuff from businesses and bragging about scamming companies for freebies. That's when Amy realized this whole thing was fake. Sunday morning when they tried to check out, Amy had hotel security and our manager waiting in the lobby. She laid out everything they'd discovered: the fake ceremony, the unauthorized food service, the lies about vendors, everything. Brandon started yelling about how they were paying customers and threatening to sue us. Our manager pulled out a thick folder with photos, video footage, and printed social media posts. He explained they'd violated multiple hotel policies by misrepresenting their event, using staff resources under false pretenses, and hosting unauthorized gatherings. Instead of just paying for their rooms, they were now being charged for all the wedding services they'd claimed, plus penalties for policy violations. The bill came to over $15,000, triple what they would have paid for just the rooms. Ashley completely lost it, screaming in our lobby about how unfair it was while Brandon frantically called people trying to borrow money. Their whole crew of friends started backing away when they realized they might get stuck helping pay. The best part was watching their fake wedding party abandon them one by one. People who'd been calling them best friends an hour earlier suddenly had urgent places to be. By the time they finally settled the bill, it was just Ashley and Brandon sitting alone in the lobby, broke and humiliated. They ended up having to drain their savings account and borrow money from Brandon's parents just to avoid getting arrested for fraud.